Com. That's books with a Z.
Peace, peace, peace. We live, Sheikh.
Peace, 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 peace. All Lemurs and the true light seekers. I want to start off by saying love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and my 2 cents, health and wealth. We had an amazing More Power group workout. So with that being said, today is Saturday, which is our ADEPT class. And we're going to talk about the crescent and the star. And we're going to break down the acronym of Islam and in detail in Moorish science. Because when we say Islam, we're not talking about any man-made religion, nothing outside of ourselves. In Moorish science and at the BBT, we're talking about I, self, law, and master. So with that being said, Noble Moso, could you give us our Moorish American prayer, please?
Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Shalom Aleichem, Ayah Asher Ayah. Peace, 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 love and light.
Peace, 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 love and light. Peace to my muftis that's here. Malik Reed L, which is our More Power trainer. He had an amazing workout this morning. Peace to our Noble Dante Smith L. He's one of the guys at our bindedbooks.com along with Lamarck, along with our Noble Lamarck, Barclay Bay. Wow. And so there are our other mufti, Alonzo Wright Bay, the owner of ALO Design Pros that does all the graphics. If you need any graphics done, you need to hit up ALO Design Pros. Also, our Noble that's hosting this stream, Noble Moso L. He's the owner and the operator of Herbs of Mayat. Check him out. Check him out. Check him out. So with that being said, I always like to give a little introduction how the BBT believe before we get into the teachings. So scientific introduction to the divine pattern of the Mosaic Tabernacle. Scientific study will illuminate to the student that Yahweh, our Elohim, God, the creator of this stellar and ecclesiastical universe, has stipulated in all Bibles, regardless of the translation, a pattern that he, Yahweh, that he, excuse me, I keep getting this call, that he, Yahweh, gave to Moses in Mount Sinai in the year 1490, BBY, erroneously referred to as BC. It is by a profound knowledge of the construction and the operation of this divine pattern of the Mosaic Tabernacle in relationship to every created object in the universe, whether visible or invisible, that will reveal the answer to every question concerning Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua, the Messiah, as he really is, and his eternal purpose and plan. So, at the Burning Bush Tabernacle, Science Temple and School is not a church, but a school of research founded with the idea in mind to delve into every branch of science according to the pattern of the tabernacle, which is man-made in the image of God, acronym Allah, arm, leg, arm, head, perfect pentagram, man standing up, arm, leg, arm, head, nothing outside of yourself, nothing outside of yourself, to find the answer to every question that has plagued the student from the foundation of the world, thus proving the unerring accuracy and infallibility of the biblical scriptures. In research and study, we always use the true Hebrew names of the unity of the spirit of the so-called Godhead. Instead of the title God as the Father's name, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ as the Word or Son's name, we are using Elohim, which is the correct Hebrew title of the Father, Yahweh in super incorporeal form. For the Holy Spirit, which is Yahweh Elohim manifested in our physical body, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahshua, the Messiah. These holy names may seem to be of a private interpretation, which we, at the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School have invented, but through research and study with a good encyclopedia or dictionary, anyone, I mean anyone, can discover for themselves of this great era. We all know as educators and wisdom seekers, those that's knowledgeable, that there was no letter J in any language until the Middle Ages. Neither was there ever a letter equivalent to the J in the Hebrew language. Therefore, such names as Jesus or Jehovah are impossible renderings of the true name of the Father and Son. Nobles, if I go back to your remembrance, isn't it in the biblical scripture, doesn't it say, praise his holy name?
Islam.
Right? Am I right about that?
Yes, it does. Yep, it sure does.
Okay, so our aims to illuminate the student to find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and exists. 2, to form a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity in Yahshua the Messiah without distinction of race or nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. Let me say that again. Number 2, we are here at the BBT forming a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity in Yahshua the Messiah without distinction of race, nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. 3, to investigate the unexplained spirit law or so-called law of nature and the powers latent in man. 4,
Can we add to 3?
What you say, Noble?
Can we add to 3?
Yes.
Because what you just described is the unity of all of those things, not a separation.
Yes.
We're bringing it together. So we want to be clear. We're bringing it together. We ain't separating nothing. Gratitude.
Islam. We are unity. Like Noble Malik sir said, we are coming together. We're not separating nothing. The Creator created the bluebird, the red bird, the polar bear, the black bear, the koala bear. We dealing with human beings in God's creation with no distinction over color, with no distinction over race. We operating in the spirit and with a clear understanding. So we are synchronizing here at the BBT. Gratitude, Noble Malik, for that input. Much gratitude. And I want everybody input as we go, because this is school. Number 4, to encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religions, psychology, philosophy, and modern practical occult sciences. Just like in more science, one of our aims is we don't gravitate to one science where we miss the essence of all the rest. It can't work like that. To be a true ADEPT, to be a true teacher, to be a true mapping guide, it's not going to work. 5, to remove spookism, superstition, skepticism, and ignorance. Because if anybody had the privilege to join us yesterday, and Noble Alonzo, when he was demonstrating, he was teaching yesterday, when he was talking about the way. And I was talking about one of my favorite movies, The Wolf of Wall Street, when he said, if you can do all that, show me right now and I'm done. Just like I gave an analogy in the biblical scriptures. Thomas wasn't doubting. If Thomas said he can do something, and I got brothers around me that say, man, I'm with you. They want to see. They want me to see the right division and make it plain. That's not doubting anything. 6, to learn, know, and to understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensation and ages. 7, to discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer. Now remember, it's no pie in the sky or underground. Lucifer is your lower self. Bad decisions, doubting, looking in the mirror, which is one of me and Malik's favorite songs. The man in the mirror. What do you see? What do you see? Just like Noble Alonzo was breaking down in the ADEPT class yesterday. We talk about the positive and the negative. Why do we focus on the negative? We should be focused on the positive aspect, because the positive outweigh the negative. Once you're into the know, once you're in the way, once you're into that way. So the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan, and the demons operating the mystery of inequity on earth through the dispensations of time. So the dispensations of time, my brothers and sisters, is us in the flesh and our decisions. 8, to earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith, which was once delivered to the sons or children of Yahweh. That's what we understand. That's what we understand. Number 9, to make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained there is no other name given amongst men whereby man can be saved, save in the name of Yahshua the Messiah. And 10, to inherit eternal life, now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah, with the hope of immortal glorification in the new earth state. So we have this book. I gathered and compiled this science for you. If you want it, you can get with us, email us, you can get this wisdom. But it's some key words in the scripture. And in scripture, you have Romans 5:1, Psalms 29:11, Isaiah 55:12. And it speaks on the peace. It's a phrase that we talk about, speak the truth, which can be found in Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16. So before we go on with this teaching, it's a word. It's a word that I want to make known, and it's called solidarity. Solidarity. Do anybody know what solidarity means? Anyone? Solidarity is a collective mind. It's the resources. It's us coming together with a common goal, a common vision. And that's what I'm going to speak on tomorrow in Sunday school. And I'm going to show you how it connects to us and the spirit. So with that being said, I'm going to get into our main topic. Noble Maso, could you put the document up? Yep.
Islam, gratitude, Sheikh.
So y'all, that word solidarity, meditate on that and ponder on that. Solidarity. I'm not a good artist, but just get in your head and just imagine some dots and a circle of dots. In those dots, there's no connectivity. But when you make that circle and you put lines through all those dots, that's the connectivity. That's the web. That's the solidarity. And we're gonna lecture on that tomorrow in Sunday school. It's gonna be amazing. So as we begin to teach, the crescent and the star, the crescent and the star, the crescent and the star. So as Noble page up, the eye of Islam, the 5 principle of ISLAM. Look at this, my brothers and sisters, because we're not no Islam Muslims, and I'm not dissing no one. But I'm saying in more science, it's a difference. It's a difference. We're not operating on man-made religion. We operate on God's laws, on science, on principles. On principles, it's principles. The 7 Kemetic principles, it's principles that we live by. So the eye of Islam in more science, the banner of the crescent and star, or the so-called flag, with the moon and the 5-pointed star in the center, is the insignia of the, how can I say it, the Asiatics or the Moorish nation. It is the mother of all national banners of the world today because it's the oldest. The flag with the Moorish crescent and star represents the entire human family. So when Moors said it just represents, no, you're done. It represents the entire human family. That's why Masons in all different colors, when they get to that highest house, they know it's Islam. They know this, what I'm saying. When you see all the so-called politicians and all of ex-presidents, or you see them with their feathers on and they say Islam and they say Mecca and they say Arabia, it's a reason. So when reading or writing in any language, there are only 2 principles, directions in which one may go. One is lateral, one is crosswise or across, and or vertical and up and down. You see, that's the pentagram. That's your body. That's arm, leg, arm, head. All other movements in any other direction are just varying degrees of the main 2. Are y'all still with me?
Islam.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Islam. So when reading the meaning of the crescent and the star, no matter from which direction one reads, I don't care if the left, the right, up and down, remember this, the moon is always first and is read in the following manner: from left to right, from left to right. When you read the Tanakh and you read all the Hebrew scriptures, you will see from left to right, moon and star, from right to left, moon and star, from top down, moon and star, from bottom up, moon and star, moon and star. So Latin and its many dialects are read from left to right. Arabic, Hebrew, and Sanskrit are read from right to left. Japanese and Chinese are read from top down. Thus, the moon, the great female principle, can be shown to be the generator of all the apparent phenomena known to man in any language. As I proceed, the three meanings of the moon and the star. We understand that the moon and the sun, when you're looking at that U in the SUN, as moon and sun, the crescent and star represents both the negative, the magnetic force, and the positive, the electric force, the woman and son. When I say, when nobody asks me, can I be a Mason? You should understand, if you have a right mapping guy like myself and others, we are all Masons. We are all Masons. Now, you might not understand the science, and that's when you have to, how can I say, give yourself gratitude. And I don't like the word humble, but become a student and open up your mind and seek wisdom, because the teacher is here. It's no secret. It's sacred science with us. It's sacred science. As woman and son, the crescent and the star symbolizes the great universal woman, the universal womb or matter in its most elementary state, which generates or produces all forms, visible or invisible. These forms are the sun, the SON principle, to balance the woman. So as I proceed, a lot of my brothers, and me and Noble Lamarck was talking about, a lot of brothers that's want to join, and some brothers have been in lower level masonry. And I say, hey, you're not responsible for what you didn't know. But when you know now, you must come into the light. And you must get rid of all that you thought that you know that's not good for you, and let it alone. That's what you must do. That's what you must do, Noble. Who is that? Oh, Alonzo. That's what we must do. It's no problem. We all come from a place. We all want unity. So that's not your fault when you were seeking for love and it broke your heart, and then you come to real love and you say, wait a minute. You have to let it all go and be okay with that. Give it back. Because it's no secrecy. It's an initiation, the initiation of the mind. And you must be willing to get rid of doubt. You must be willing to get rid of doubt and operate in your higher self, which is the right decisions. That's what this is about. So as I proceed, I am in masonry, they say, I am a widow's son in need. Indeed, says the Masonic brethren, because you are my brothers. I'm trying to be a beacon and a lighthouse for you. Simply because when the woman gives birth to a male, he is her son. So all males are sons. And since all males are sons, the woman can have no husband. In the context, stay in the context. She is therefore truly a widow. Stay in the context. The moon or crescent represents the woman, widow or feminine principle. So in mythology, the moon was personified by the Greeks as a goddess. The Luna. Luna is the Latin word for moon. The ancients associated fertility, growth, and decay with the lunation phases. We did that teaching about the moon patterns. Isis did that. The moon patterns, y'all have the book. The lunation phases, my brothers and sisters. So the moon factor is the mediator between the past and the present, accumulating the whole story of man's personal evolution within the fluids of the brain and body. Are y'all still with me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The moon establishes an essential rhythm in the body and instinctive mind as an ebb and flow of sensation and emotional experience. The moon is connected with the deepest associations of one's family and ancestors, especially the mother, the zodiacus per se. But powerful mother-child relationships begin in the womb. As I tell brothers and sisters, if you have a child and when that child is in the womb, you can speak life to that child. You can speak science to that child. You can speak mathematics to that child. You can speak health and wealth and positive vibrations. And that child, no matter if it's male or female, is going to come out with all those skills that you embody while he or she was still in the womb. The same way, if a mother is using drugs, and that's going to affect that baby in the womb. If that woman is being beaten, if she's being talked to, that's going to affect that child in the womb. Understand what I'm saying? This is science. This is how the earth rotates. Hence the moon, it indicates the mother complex. When I say the woman is Ma'at, the garden that produces food and life. I did that lecture a plethora of times. The woman is not just God. She's a god or a goddess, but the man is a god too. And we come together, we make that completeness, because the woman can't just birth a child. It takes the man to plant that seed. Understand that. And man has a certain gene that the woman does not have. We must understand that. The star or the sun represents the male, the sun principle, the sun principle, the S-O-N principle. In mythology, the sun was personified as the all-pervading creative power in nature, or the so-called masculine principle, my brothers and sisters. These two principles are represented in Genesis as Adam and Eve. These twin souls are the absolute expression of masculine and feminine rays, of which absolute atomic self is composed. The masculine rays, it contains a portion of self forces, and the feminine ray must likewise contain a portion of the positive qualities, my brothers and sisters. This is the principle or the law of gender. The 7 Kemetic principles. This is the principle of gender. These souls therefore contain a portion of each other. They constitute the sun and moon of the self-creation. So this principle of gender, my brothers and sisters, is one of the 7 Kemetic principles. A lot of times connotated as hermetic, but this is the Kemetic principles. Hermetic is a watered down version of the Kemetic. The Kemetic is always the father teacher. It's no disrespect to anyone. And when these rays become differentiated, they are still as eternal and immortal as the self, which called them into existence. They constitute the divine idea of a parent. As such, they become the divine expression of love and wisdom upon the earth. That's why our 5 pillars in more science is love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. The ancients seem to think all souls coming into their first human incarnation that take in the sign of Cancer. But this sign has been recognized through the ages as the doorway into the life of those who must know death. It's opposite Capricorn, esoterically, because we deal with the esoteric and the exoteric here at the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. I'm going to teach you the way. Esoterically is known as the doorway into the life of those who know, not death. The Cancer is the symbol of the womb or the universal mother. On some ancient Egyptian tablets, the moon and the sun principle are astrological written and esoterically interpreted. When I deal with the clock of destiny, because I have the clock of destiny, I don't deal with that man-made hate stuff, because that's man-made religion that can easily be destroyed. I deal with the science when I deal with the clock of destiny. That's it. The rest we throw away. So the sun is symbolized as a flaming splendor, a center of light radiating in all directions. It is the symbol of all created life. When you see the clock of destiny and you see that cover and you see the so-called Muhammad in the middle, which is the sun, and then all those lines off of it, which is all the astrological signs, then you will get what I'm talking about. Then you will understand, because I'm going to teach the science. It's the symbol of Islam. Islam. It is the symbol of all created life, spiritual and material, of all goodness, human and divine, human and divine, of all creations, from starry systems to man. Light is life. The planets are the offsprings of light and life. Mankind is the offspring of light and life. And in this symbol, we read the source of the human ego. That's why I always say we must understand the death of the ego. The death of the ego. And another tablet, it depicts the symbol of cancer, my brothers and sisters. That's why I told you I teach in circles. I taught the clock of destiny a plethora of times. I don't deal with man, because you can research those men that say they got these degrees and all that, and you research them, they full of hogwash. So a man will lie to you. Why would you say you got an education in this and you can be clearly looked up? If I say I got a bachelor's degree in business management with a minor in marketing and sales and nonprofit business startup from Cleary University, and I graduated with honors, you can look me up. If I say I got my dual master's degree and from Grand Canyon University in first century history and spirituality and linguistics and in Christian leadership and counseling, you can look me up. You can look me up. That don't mean I'm better than anyone, but that means no one's not going to come to me with no B to the S. That's what this is about with me. And I can help your child, and I can help you. The moon here, Cancer, is typified by a woman's face, unconscious, in a trance, surrounded by the clouds, my brothers and sisters. This dreaming woman represents reflection. Her thoughts shape the coming of man. She is sleeping and knows not her powers. That's why when you see the prophet and he have the woman in her hand, and I say, fallen humanity, we must take the woman. It's our job to put the woman upright in her position. That's our job. When I tell our Moorish brothers and our empresses to straighten up your crown and wear it proudly. My brothers and sisters, they don't have fez in your national headdress. I have them. You should be wearing it with pride, and understand the science of the fez. Understand it. Understand it, the esoteric and the exoteric meaning and understanding of your Moorish fez. You should have a clear understanding. That's knowledge and wisdom. And she must awaken and recognize herself. This is the great lesson to our empresses. Ever remember thy creative power as the mother of the humanity of the future, my brothers. The sun in thy mansion, it exerts its highest powers. And still another tablet of the same set, it depicts Leo, or the masculine principle of the sun, exerted on the physical. I'm dealing with clock of destiny. Brother should be right with me. That it should be an agreement. It should be Islam, amen. If not, then you need to throw away what somebody gave you and get with science and get with true teachings. Because it's for everyone. It's for everyone. And here we have the symbol of fire, of the spirit. Therefore, the woman sleeps and the woman dreams. But the man she has brought forth is awakened and bids defiance to the fiery forces of nature. Once us as nobles correct our women and show them who they are, then the world would be a better place. He has armed himself with the keen knife of action and with its conquered the forces of matter. Thus he has mastered all forces inferior to the spirit. In more science, I tell everybody, the divine must come first. Oh, I deal with the national. No, you don't. That's why you're a criminal, because the divine comes first, because the divine will check you. The divine will check you. You can't deal with civics. You're not a civic student. You don't have any application. You just on the internet. You think you're about to get something. And the only thing you're going to get is locked up.
Islam.
That's all you're going to get is locked up. I promise you this. I promise you this. I'm not going to say names, but my nobles know when we not live, I share all names. Ain't no such thing as no Morris conflict general and all this. They all in jail. All of them in jail. They done lost everything. All that. You ain't no sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron. How can you be a sovereign and a citizen all at the same time? That's asinine. And the elementary student can tell you that. But who am I? I'm just a mapper and a guide. That's why I teach. And I let the chips fall where they may be. And I proceed to move. That's what it's about with me. The truth. And the truth will make you free. The truth will make you free. It's only one truth. Thus, he has mastered all those forces inferior to the spirit. And this can account for the aggressiveness of the male sons and their active fighting nature. That's why the woman is passive and retiring. Understand this. This is no disrespect to our empresses or our nobles. This is science and law. And law governs all events. I lecture that my brothers have the science. I give the science. It's nothing secret with me. It's sacred because I take it dear to heart. And as a teacher, as a map and a guide, I'm going to lead the way. I'm going to get off the horse per se and get on the battlefield with my brothers. And I'll willingly give my life to what I believe. Willingly, without a problem, without a doubt. It's no problem to me. I already live like a man that died almost 20 some years ago with my baby brother, Akil Jelani Goodman Bey. I live without no fear, with no principality, no doubt of my powers. My powers is not limited. And as the last degree of Cancer, which is water, it merges into the Leo, the strong throne of the sun. And it is typical of what? Fructification. Fructification. And during the heated term, this renders the Virgo. And the sign which Leo merges or goes into the fruitful for harvest in due time, my brothers and sisters. So now we jump into Cancer, is the clear and pure water sign. And the favor house of the moon, which rules 1, the human mind, 2, conception, and 3, the water. That's why the moon's strong place is Cancer, my brothers and sisters. You must know the astrological signs and understand the power and the negativity of both. And work in that and through that. The sun's strong place is Leo. These astrological principles are followed by the human sign Virgo, or the celestial virgin, my brothers and sisters, whose seed fructify and quicken. The water or the minstrel of nature was vitalized by the sun rays. This caused the fruit or the harvest to mature, my brothers and sisters. Thus, the moon and the sun principle can be seen in the stars as well as in nature. As I deal with just a tittle of Freemasonry, in Freemasonry, the brethren of that order are called sons of the widow, who are in need or indeed, and it's stated in the biblical scripture that Haram Abith in the Greek is the charm Abith or the Haram Abith, the master builder of Solomon's temple. But when I talk about the elixir, when I talk about that, your holy level going up, when I talk about those chakras and all that, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not dealing with no Solomon temple. You are the temple. You are the elixir of wisdom. That's what this is all about. It's nothing outside yourself. That temple was the son of a widow per se. So now the word Solomon is composed from 3 languages, my brothers and sisters, as a linguistic: Latin, the S-O-L, or the S-O-U-S, the S-O-L-U-S for son, the Sanskrit, the A-U-M or O-M, and the Ethiopic O-N. Just like When I talk about Kabbalistically spelling, when a lot of people that don't understand the Gnostic, when I teach all things, when I talk about Baphomet, the Baphomet is just written Kabbalistically, my brothers and sisters. Temp, Hope, Habs, Abba, the temple of David. You got to understand that. So when Moors be dissing things, I said, aren't we from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood? It's in your 1-on-1s. You have to let them brothers go alone. Go. They give you with spooky stuff because they don't know the signs and the symbols. Before any language, it was signs and symbols. Now, how can you deal with man and you don't know the signs and symbols? You have to sit down. The woman is a widow because she has no husband per se. And all children into the earth by the way of a woman, my brothers and sisters. She is the great creator, one who can build a temple, aka a body, without the sound of a hammer or the use of a nail. Solomon was ordered to build the temple without the sound of hammers, my brothers and sisters. It's in your biblical scripture. It's in the teachings. Haram represents the fire or the sun principle within man. So naturally, the spiritualized mind with the fire principle must do the work of forming and sharing this temple. That's what we're doing here. Like Noble Malik said, we're synchronizing. We are forming and sharing the temple. The tabernacle built without hands is in your biblical scriptures. It is built without the sound of hammers, without the negative spear of the widow, my brothers and sisters. Haram represents the positive, physical, intellectual principle. The widow takes man and woman. Somebody, you want to say something, Noble?
Yeah, I said that takes man and woman.
Come on. I told y'all in Moorish science, the man and the woman sits on the throne together, and then we create life. I don't know what nobody talk about. We ain't dealing with no man. No. We dealing with man, woman, and the offspring. That's what we dealing with. The woman sits on the throne. The widow represents the negative, spiritual, intellectual principle. But in science, you got the positive and negative. Your battery is positive and negative. Neither one of them are bad. You need both of them to operate that battery when you connect it. Am I right about it?
Yes,
absolutely.
Okay. So when I say positive and negative, you got to understand in the spirit. I'm not saying nothing negative, but we're talking about that plus and that minus, and you connect both of them, and now you got what? That electric, baby. You got motion, baby. What type of motion? Big motion.
Pure energy.
Come on, Noble Malik. Pure energy. It takes both. The widow represents the negative spiritual intellectual principle. And the early Semites, aka Hebrews, and remember, I always have to be specific. In science, Hebrew just means pardon the water. When a lot of my Hebrew Israelites, I said, I hear you. But anybody can be a Hebrew if you down with the science, if you are baptized in truth. See? Regarded the principal deity of each oasis as a goddess, and the next important deity as her son, which is the Ma son. The goddess appears to have been the spirit of the spring, which gave the oasis its fertility and was consequently thought to reside in the spring. Remember in the morning, Noble Malik, in the last class, I said, don't you wake up in the morning and it don't have to rain. The dew of the earth can feed the world. The dew of the earth. The dew. You see? Mist. Come on, Noble.
In the air.
Come on. Just a remnant. That's why this text said, let me just touch a remnant of Malik's garments. Because a remnant of Malik's garment can fill me up. I just need a remnant. I just need a remnant. That's why the sun appears to have been regarded as the spirit of the vegetation. The spirit of the vegetation. Brothers and sisters, are y'all still with me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure as I proceed, because I don't want to lose nobody. You know, I want to pause for a minute for you can get a little, how can I say, understanding before I proceed. So everybody okay? Everybody still, y'all still alive?
Yep.
Islam, gratitude.
Okay. As I proceed, earth and vegetation is an outgrowth of the earth. And here, the spring is the woman, and the vegetation is her son. They call the mother goddess by a name which is found among all Semitic nations. Known to history, my brothers and sisters, it appears among the Babylonians as Ishtar, the Phoenicians as Astari, Ashtart, and the Egyptians as Isis. These earth goddesses can all be correlated to the earth sign of fertility, which is Virgo. And all these names were later changed to different names.
Virgin Mary.
Come on, Noble. By the Hebrews or the Semitic tribes, aka nations, and placed in their religious works. That's why you must understand language. That's why at the teacher and the map, I'm not going to let you get caught up in linguistic apartheid. I'm not going to let you get caught up in loss of translation. I'm going to break it down easily for a child can understand it. Because this is elementary, my friend. I ain't even went into high science yet. I'm still in elementary. This is elementary wisdom that need to be taught to our children. This is not high science. Wait till I get in high science. Then the top of your crown going to have to open up and you're going to have to put something in it. But right now, this is elementary wisdom I'm giving. We're still in elementary school, aka dealing with the elements. I'm just dealing with the elements still. So the Hebrew word for the female or Eve principle of the moon was Aristot, or excuse me, Astaris or Astaris, Ashtoreth, which apparently meant the self-waterer, the self-waterer, the self-waterer. We're talking about the woman and her womb. Come on, y'all should be saying amen, Islam, especially our empresses. I know I'm making sense.
Oh, yeah.
The word for the male or Adam principle of the sun was Tammuz, which meant son of life. So this positive and negative principle is also displayed in the Egyptian Sphinx, my brothers and sisters, which has the entire body of the lion or Leo male and the head of what? The virgin or the female or the Virgo female. Remember I told you in science, all animal figures are nothing but what, y'all?
Pious hieroglyphs.
Come on. Come on. So if that's the case, when you're looking at the Baphomet and you let somebody telling you that's the devil, so the light bearer and Lucifer is the morning star, clearly they're not no adapt thinker. Clearly they're not coming for you from wisdom, because Hosea 4:6 says, my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge, of wisdom. You refuse to learn, and you can't be no priest of me. If I'm giving you wisdom and knowledge and you reject knowledge, you reject me. You reject it. There's no truth in you. Sorry. Sorry. So Virgo is the sixth sign, and it typifies fertility. The Virgo or the garden is the place where the corn or the grain is kept or raised. When you look at the Pope, I'll start showing you all that. You see the corn. When I show you why they call him the Father, I broke this down already in language. Just like I broke down when people talk about, and forgive my brothers and sisters that have been miseducated by our own family and pseudo and Negro-centric and Eurocentric propaganda when they say kumbaya means come by here. Come by here and do what? Come by here and do what? That's off. The kum, the ba, and the ya means stand up and arise. I already broke that down a plethora of times. That's why I'm a lecturer in real life, in colleges. I don't have any fake degrees. That's why I'm welcome in all houses, in all spiritualities, in all universities. When I deal with my European Jewish colleagues, I'm a rabbi. I'm their teacher. It is a storehouse. Virgo was pictured as holding an ear of corn and later a sheaf of wheat. Egypt was the storehouse or mother of a child or colony of the governors of the earth. When I talk about signs and symbols of the primordial man by Albert Churchward, when I talk about Stolen Legacy by Gerald Massey, this is no diss to anyone. It's just history and science. The Sphinx is the key, where the earth begins and where the earth ends, my brothers and sisters. The word Sphinx in Greek means what? To join closely together. I'm giving you the language and the science so you can eliminate all spookism. Here at the BBT, we got our pack on our back. We the real Ghostbusters.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Come on, we ain't afraid of no ghost. No, sir. We ain't afraid of no ghosts or no spookism. We destroy spookism, and the truth will make you free. Virgo and Leo are the star and the crescent in Egypt. They are the Alpha and the Omega in your biblical scripture. I'm giving you signs and symbols of the primordial man. Y'all have the book by Albert Churchward. If you don't have it, y'all need to get with me. It's powerful. All the ancients, they all agree with what I'm saying. The sons of a widow or the woman are the only supreme beings who can stand in the form of one, the so-called cross, with both feet together and both arms shield out horizontally to the ground, my brothers and sisters. Number two, a five-pointed star, or number three, in a straight line, like the eye, whether standing erect or lying down. No matter if you standing erect or lying down, you horizontal, my brothers and sisters. We are erect. I'm telling you, understand. And when standing feet apart and arms outstretched, the sons are representative of the five-pointed star, my brothers and sisters. Are y'all still with me?
Absolutely.
Islam.
This is too simple. It's too simple. Man, watch this. Three in a straight line like the eye, standing erect or lying down, and when standing feet apart and arms outstretched, the sons are representing the five-pointed star. When standing like this, we represent the five great principles of woman's universal perfections in the course of 9 months. Man, it was so powerful yesterday in book reading, Noble Malik, because we finished at 7:02. Y'all know I got that on my arm, my old neighborhood when I was in my lower set. And then my bill, when I went to the store, I got some tea and water. My bill was 7:02. 7 plus 2 is 9.
9.
That's no coincidence.
Islam.
Coincidence.
The letter I stands for the individual who cannot be divided, and for man as a supreme manifestation, which is the number 9. 9 to the no power of 9. Someone wanted to say something?
Islam, Noble. When you look at that word individual, you actually, when you break it down, it's a indivisible dual. Like, really look at it. Indivisible dual. That's
Come on,
an individual. We are indivisible. Like, you can't separate what's been created and united in the holy breath. It is impossible. Indivisible dual. You want to call yourself an individual, you still united. Islam.
Noble. In the book, that movie, Bob Marley, when he was talking about unity, but he was like, no, clearly in our side, it's the I. It's an identity. We are connected. The I. Just like when we broke down gematria. We broke down gematria when we had the class. I said, we're going to teach you this.
Islam.
What's the nice letter of the alphabet?
Come on, Noble. Come on.
Mm-hmm. What you got? What they call a belly button? Huh?
Come on, Noble. Every human being that's from their mother, what do they have? Don't they have an umbilical cord and a navel? You got these people with this racist Islam stuff. I said, man, I'm not dealing with that. Come on, every person. You come from your mama in 9 months, you got a belly button. You a Muslim. Now you might not understand the science, but I can teach you the science.
Islam.
I can teach you the science. You ain't no alien. You ain't no cyclops. You come from your mama in 9 months, like me, like I and I. Solidarity. That's what Sunday school, that's what I'm talking about, solidarity. We have to break down what we have in common and then operate on that. This is a unity. The letter I stands for the individual who cannot be divided. And for man, a supreme manifestation, which is the number 9. Before one can cope successfully with the problems of life, one must get one's eye together That's why everybody, well, I'm dealing with specifics. You ain't got your eye together. You ain't got
That's
your eye together. You look at all these Moors. You got all these people on the internet call themselves gurus. And what happened? You get played because you ain't got your eye together. You think it's a magic trick. It ain't no magic trick.
Get yourself together.
You trying to buy something and they say they let me down. No, they ain't let you down. You got exactly what you paid for. A lie.
You left yourself down. Your eye down. You let your eye down.
Come on, Malik. I told you, your eye can trick your stomach and your mind. Because somebody dressed up in some goofy garments. I said, I don't care about nobody with no fez, no tournament, or no regalia, or no Sheihk. I don't care. Once I deal with the hurt, my empress know I'll walk right past you. I'll be in Vegas, people hit me up, I walk right past. I'll be in Vegas so much, my empress will tell you, people hit me up, Sheikh, did I just see you? I said, your eye saw me, but your other eye is blind. Boy. I don't deal with no hate. I don't deal with no prejudice. That ain't for me. I don't care because you got no fez on and you dissing the God's creation. I'm walking right past you. Period. By realizing that everything is the eye and that any attempt to harm another seemingly part of it will be just another painful experience. Are y'all following me?
That means anything in the universe that you harm.
What you say, Malik?
I said that means anything in the universe that you harm because we all connected.
That means anything in the universe. So, as Noble Malik saying, negative conversation, talking about this person ain't this and they the devil. God don't create no devil. The creator don't create no devil. What are you talking about?
That's you making devilish decisions.
Creates the devil. Your condition creates the devil. How your mama and your dad raised you, your so-called religion and your man-made religion creates the devil in you. But God don't create no devil. God created you in the image of himself. We are made in the image of God's.
Arm, leg, arm, head.
Come on, Noble. You are the supreme manifestation of the number 9, which is I. And to prove it, watch this. I, or the one, the normal childbirth. It takes place after how many months? 9.
9.
And number 2, man's average heartbeat is what? 72 times per minute. I'm giving you science. Man's average step in 3 feet is 12 times 3. That equals 36 inches. And 4, the moon goes through 4 phases per month. 4 times 9. 9 months of what? Gestation equals 36 months. I'm giving y'all elementary mathematics. I'm talking in gematria. Come on.
Islam.
We have now food. Come on, Noble Alonzo. Talk to me.
Listen, and your extremities, huh? When man stands out like a star, his extremities are separated by what? 72 degrees.
Woo!
All around. 72 is 9. And we get to the 360, which is 3 and 6. Is what? Yeah, we there. We there.
You see how I'm saying, Alonzo? What do other brothers need when they say, oh, I'm looking for this, I need something? It's right here. You must come to the teachings. It's here. If you want to learn martial arts, and I'll give an analogy of in martial arts. You got a sensei, and all he knows is how to work with hands. And then you come to our dojo, or you come to a tournament, and we know how to work with our hands, our mind, and weapons. You lost. You lost. You lost. So we're not here to belittle you. We're here to challenge you and say, if you want to be a perfected student, you got to come to the right teacher. And that teacher helped you get to where you are. You don't diss him. You got to move forward. Because it's limited.
Islam.
It's limited. It's limited. That's why here at the BBT, we work the complete body. We study the mind. We study the body. We got herbs of Mayat. We work out. I'm a Wing Chun student. I study sticky hands. I study boxing. I'm bring all this to my brothers and sisters. My wife took Wing Chun with me. My wife know the basics. My wife know the basics. That's why I say once you know the basics, I can show you how to dribble behind your back. I can show you how to do a no-look pass once you know the basics. Are y'all with me?
Indeed.
We have now proved that you are supreme manifestation. Who? All of man. All of man. Not no color of man. All of man. And the following 4 phases of the moon capsulates that proof. 1, the new moon. 2, the first quarter. 3, the full moon. And 4, the last quarter. When you see that pictorial, if Moso can put that pictorial back up, because now I'm back. You can show the pictures now, because one of the pages was upside down. I had to give it to you off my lecture, off my teachings. We're going to get with the pyramid, the S of Islam. Once I break the I self law down, it's going to be completed. You remember in a movie, in a show Boondocks, I am the stone that the pillar rejected. Da-doom, doom, da-doom, doom.
Yes,
it's now what? The chief cornerstone.
Key cornerstone.
The chief cornerstone. The chief cornerstone. So Noble Lasso, Maso, pull that down. Look, we got to show this pictorial. We have to show the pictorial, because if you can't hear me and if you can't speak, I hope you can see this vision, this sign and symbol of the primordial man. I'm going to teach you in both ways. So let's deal with it. The S of Islam. The pyramid is the second symbol in Islam. Its apex at the top indicates that man's essence is spirit. If the apex were pointed down, the triangle would represent matter, my brothers and sisters. The 3 equal sides of the triangle symbolizes, in universal terminology, the positive, the negative, and the offspring or union of the 2 male-female principles. Now, on top of the pyramid is the all-seeing eye, which stands for the I in you and I. The glory of light at the top of the pyramid, it symbolizes knowledge. And my people are lost due to the lack of knowledge. Why? Because you refuse to learn. That's like a self-inflicted shot. Refusal. Knowledge, it represents wisdom and light brings light to understanding. Like I told Noble Dantes, continue to be light. Continue to let your light shine. Continue to be a lighthouse. Continue to be a beacon. Continue to be that. Because see, once you start becoming light, once you start becoming a beacon, watch people start pulling you. Brothers and sisters, hey man, would you come celebrate with me? Hey, I got this. I don't care about that. Like Noble Alonzo said, the music that people choose, you can feel a vibration. When I go back to my hometown, Flint, Michigan, it's a negative vibration. I go handle my business and I'm out of there. We got to, elevation takes separation. You got to be okay with that. But if people will pull us, they want us to come party and BS and party and BS. But when you want to give them light and understanding, they don't want no part of it. So why do you still go to it? Let it go. Like the song say, I think we got to let it go. Let it go. I think it's about another TKO. You got to TKO that. You think you're missing something. You ain't missing nothing. You better start doing things with your empress. People will pull you to their crap. People will have you spending money with their crap. You better let it go. Let it go and celebrate you. Islam, my brothers.
Islam to that.
Oh, you want to say something, Noble?
I said Islam.
Gratitude. The capstone of the Great Pyramid of the back of your dollar bill is not connected to its base because the masses of humanity are ignorant. Just like when I deal with my gods and earth, we talk about the 5 that know. 85% of the world dumb and blind. 10% of the world, they know the truth but won't tell it. But the 5%, like you and I, they say the poor righteous teachers, but it ain't nothing poor about us. Why? Because knowledge is the richest. Wisdom is the richest of life. We rich. It can change your life in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. It can change your regular life. What? Knowledge and wisdom. That's what you got to understand. We use this to change our life on this earth plane. Oh, when I die, I'm gonna be smart. When you die, you going back to dust. I want to hear that. Man's status in this world is controlled by those who know. Consequently, his status is determined by the quality of his own thinking. But we masterminds, see? He who knows all that can be known by intellectual energy is a good amongst man, is a God amongst man. So when we say God's a generator, an operator, and destroyer, that's what we are amongst men. The men who control the political and economical systems of the world are the ones who have capped their pyramids. That's why I tell you, when I teach civics, when I teach that, I say cast your free vote. Cast your free vote. You can vote for law and policy. I vote for law and policy. I don't vote for a party because they all won. You just don't know that. You can vote for law and policy. What the law and policy that you like on there? Write your damn dog or cat in there. Vote for your dog and your cat. See, I'm telling you real civics. Ignorance has kept mankind in darkness and grief, but no man should grieve. For grief is the most serious of all diseases. Nature prevents man to do anything. To do anything, brothers and sisters. We got to understand that. It's our desires. We are limited only by our own ignorance, our own laws and customs. Remember, okay, now when I talk about customs and tradition, now some customs are good, some traditions are good. I'll give an analogy. Back in the day, your mother cut the turkey. She had to because they had small ovens, they had small pans. But if you do that today, it's no reason. We got big conventional ovens, we got big pans. You're doing that on tradition. There's no meaning to that. Are y'all with me?
Islam. It's like I always say, if you got a cast on because your arm broke, wait a minute. That don't mean that everybody start buying cash, because yours going to heal. Yours going to heal. So we the Cash family now. Now we the Cash family. Wait, he had a problem. Everybody ain't got to get a cash. Come on. Islam.
Islam. It's another analogy. When I was ministering in the church back home, I said, do y'all know the science of a scar, scab, and a wound? I said, some of y'all still out here acting like a scar. Some of y'all out here acting like a scab. But on the smile of it, they're acting like a wound. You gotta look at that and be like, oh, I know where I come from. You can help somebody. I ain't hurt no more. This ain't nothing but a scab. This is a scab. And a little scar now. This ain't no wound. I ain't looking at this like, oh, I can't go on. No, baby, I'm looking at this like, look how far I came. You can do it too. Oh, you got cut. Put the medicine on it. Take your herb. It's gonna become a scab, a scar. It's gonna become no wound no more. Are y'all with me?
Islam.
Scars, scabs, and wounds, baby. Choose life, baby.
Choose life.
Come on. So the pyramid is an example of the perfect orientation. It is self. And the pyramid is also built upon a square, just as man is born on the square. So I hear a lot of my brothers and sisters, we have to always teach. I heard a brother say, well, that's crazy. That's like putting a circle in a square. You should run from him. Don't in elementary you use up your contractor, that little thing on your pencil. Right?
Right.
So when I hear brothers speak idiot, I say, clearly you're not an adept. Clearly you don't know elementary wisdom, because the circle and the square have the same parameter. They both 360 degrees. You just don't know how to use your compass. Smart guy. The circle and the square are 360 degrees, just like the hex alpha and your and the fez. The hex alpha is the graduation cap, which is the square, and your fez is the circle. I can put them both in each other. They both 360 degrees of wisdom. I done broke it down a plethora of times. If you don't understand that, you need to come to school and learn, because you don't know how to use your tools. Clearly, you don't know how to use your tools. Clearly, you don't. Clearly, you don't. Clearly, you don't. The pyramid is also built upon a square, just as man is born on a square. The square base is a constant reminder that the house of wisdom is firmly founded upon nature and her immutable laws. The angles of the square are silence, profundity, intelligence, and truth. They also represents the extremities of heat and cold, south and north, light and darkness, east and west. So man is what? A fourfold unit concerning the elements of his own constitution. And the earth, the fire, air, and water, when we talk about the so-called cross per se, when I talk about the elements, sustainability, fire, earth, air, river, you get rid of all that, we all gone. We all gone. That's the fundamental keys of the mystery of the Great Pyramid. Look at this. What you're looking at, that square, is you looking at the triangle from above. Are y'all with me?
Indeed. No, Islam. I didn't even say that again, Sheikh. I didn't even need to say that again. What are we looking at?
Come on. You're looking at it, man. You're looking at it from above, from the eye. Look at that. Figure one, look at that. The pyramid's apex with a view from the top. Look at that. And then figure 2 is a side view. You have your eye move all around. When I talk about the eye of providence, when you're looking at the eye, it's the eye of providence. We see all around. Don't your eyes see all around? In more science, let me break another thing down. See, in lower level masonry, the eye is enclosed in what? A pyramid. In more science, you see in any of my books, our eye ain't enclosed in no pyramid. We are the all-seeing eye. Are y'all with me?
Islam.
The 4 enclosed by the base lines of the 4 ideographs is an equilateral square base of the pyramid. I'm dealing with elementary mathematics. The apex or the center is the all-seeing eye, or the psychic per se, or the star of the east. When I say we are the star of the east, the eastern star, when I deal with my empresses, that's in lower level masonry, talk about you an eastern star, you are a star of the east. You can't let nobody tell you nothing. That's why the white fez with the gold tassel, it represents you, all my empresses. Should no man tell you can't wear the white fez with the gold tassel and it represents you? Can't no man tell you can't wear the fez empress and it represents you? Now, of course, you wear the turban, but I'm not going to tell the Eastern Star what they can and can't do. They can look just like me. I want you to look like me. I want you to have the understanding. But wear that white fez with the gold tassel that represents life, and wear it proudly, and your tassel ain't pinned down. It flows freely. Understand what I'm saying? You are the star of the East. My empress, you are the star of the East. The Daughters of American Revolution, that's watered down the science, just like the Freemasons. It ain't no disrespect to nobody. I'm here as a teacher under no oath. The mind is the capstone of man. The spirit is the capstone of the mind. And God is the epitome of the whole, or the capstone of the spirit. That's why the temple is the complete only when the person himself or herself becomes the living apex. I like to call it the elixir, through which the divine power is focused into the diverging structure below. Remember, what's above is below, but what's above is below. You hear everybody saying that like a cat, or what's above is below, but what's above is below. Smart guy, you don't even know. Well, what's above is below. What's above and below? I don't know. It just sounds good. I know.
See, they say they don't know what they said. You say
No,
they said, and they don't know what they say.
Nope, both.
Well, if you don't have a ladder, right? You need to measure the roof to fill it. What you gotta do?
Come on, measure the flow, baby.
You gotta do.
Come on, Marie.
What you gotta do?
Come on.
Come on, you got to measure the floor. We talk about archaeology. We talk about how things is made. We architecture. See, I told y'all, we architects. How are you going? Oh, you want to measure the ceiling? You got to measure the floor. It got to line up. Talk to me, Malik.
I don't think they get that part. That answer a whole bunch of questions. Just look up.
Have to match below. In your brain, in your brain, you have the 12 astrological signs in your brain.
That's right.
In your brain.
The wheels of the bus go round and around.
Come on, Noble.
Oh man.
We almost there. We got to finish the Islam and then we done. We gonna get there. The majority of humanity's eyes are closed. And when the eyes are open, the conscious and the subconscious will be fully aware of what each is doing. At this stage, the human body or the temple can regenerate in a moment, in a twinkle of an eye. You must be what we're born. We're not converting no one. This is a resurrection. A resurrection means you already was there. We're resurrecting you. I use the analogy of an old school G-Ride. To restore that old school G-Ride, you don't put no rims and no bumpity bump in it first. You restore it back to this original state. You understand? To give us the value of what it was when it was born. Are you with me?
Come on. Islam, no. Come on.
We're restoring back to the original state. We are restoring back to we ain't converting this to no G-Ride. We're restoring it back to the original state. And then you can put the little bells and whistles on it after you restored it back to its original state and gave it its true value. It's like when it came off the showroom floor. Y'all better talk to me.
Come on. Right. Islam.
The exact science of human regeneration is called the lost key in masonry. That's what it's called in masonry. I'm teaching you. The compass and the square. The compass and the square. The L of Islam. The ancient Moors were navigators. Remember, I can show y'all in when Jamie Foxx played the Moor in Robin Hood. Yes. Yeah. They navigated them. The Moors navigated. Even Martin on the Black Knight. Even all of them said, "Oh, are you the Moor? You the Moor?" It's all through you. You got to know this. Moor means navigator in this context of the 7 seas, guided by the North Star. And in order to navigate, we use a compass and a square. A compass has what? 32 points. So 3 times 2 equals 5. 5 is life. This instrument was used as a way of life for the Moors. The compass was an instrument used to what? Draw circles. And the 2 legs embody the idea of a male force, meaning a female force at an angle, my brothers and sisters. This angle is measured in different planes. The right hand of a man is the executive or the positive. So the right leg of the compass was taken to signify the positive force.
Hey, correct, Sheikh. You meant 3 plus 2, right? 3 plus 2.
Yes. Yes. Come on. It's there. 3 plus 2 is 5. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And the left hand of man is receptive. So the left leg of the compass was taken to represent the negative force. This is very simple, y'all. In ancient masonry, the union of the zodiacal motion and the declination was symbolized by the union of the compass and the square. Like Malik said, now we're talking about a union. Now we synchronizing the science. The square placed below is typical of the purely physical, that union of the sexes. In astrology, yes, in astrology, in harmonious aspects of each constitution, a portion of the square or the angle of 90 degrees, the semi-square, the square, the C-square or the square, and the double square or the opposition, and the right angle has been used from time to time as the symbol of the discord or the strife. It's very simple. It becomes a fitting emblem, therefore, of man and woman when united from purely selfish and carnal motives. If it thus represents the result of the ignorance of the prevalence in the present day, the matrimonial system. So what I'm saying, y'all, the square represents man and his 4 essences: spirit, mind, soul, and body. And sometimes, and something to build on, because all solid foundations have what? 4 corners and a square. All solid foundations. All solid foundations.
Which measure it to the 9, which is 360.
Come on. Come on, Malik. Come on, Malik.
Come on.
That's what we about here. We got a little bit more time and we're going to be out of here. Also, the angle formed by the positive stationary male leg of the compass and the receptive movable female leg is less than a right angle. It should appropriate 60 degrees, which is the what? Sextile, or the 6 of creation. So then you can get to the 3 times 2. Understand where I'm going? The sextile is used to what?
Balance.
Come on, Noble. Come on, I can tell you.
Virgo.
Come on, Noble.
6 represents the balance.
Now you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna deal with mathematics and multiplication. The sextile is used to denote harmony and joy. To denote the letter G typifies the generation of the offspring as a result of the physical union. But in order that these progeny may be endowed with soundness of the body and mind and thus become a blessing to their parents and their human race, the ancient Masons taught that there must be a higher union in addition to the physical, as indicated by the compass above, which is spiritual. What is time? All right, so I'm almost done. We can finish next week because I'm not going to keep going. It's going to be my hour. The spiritual as well as the physical laws must be obeyed. Following diagrams show various spirit matter relationships with regard to the compass and the square and man's final fall as spirit. So we're going to stop right there. We'll pick up next week. Remember, we have figure 3 and 4 with the compass and square. Islam?
Yep, that's on 7.
Islam. Like I said, this General Hospital, man, we grew up on this. We don't got to try to rush and beat everything down with a person. We learn here by there, a little bit by little bit. Ponder on it. We got the teachings. We hear, and I'm going to explain it, and then I'm going to show you in life as I break down the pattern on the charts. So once again, man, I give y'all gratitude. I give y'all love for taking time out y'all day. And I just give y'all honor for allowing me to be a mapper and a guide. I give y'all honor because y'all are master students and y'all are maps and guides as well. And y'all are teachers as well. So I give you honor because I want to be in the place of wisdom at all times as well. And my brothers is wisdom. And I spend my time and my finances in this cipher. So once again, man, I love y'all. I give honor to y'all. Any questions?
No, you made it clear so a child can understand it.
Gratitude. Somebody give us
but
our
they have
Moorish American.
They have the elementary wisdom.
Yes, sir. So one of y'all nobles give us our Moorish American prayer, and then Alonzo will lead us out with our benediction, please.
Absolutely. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, my salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Shalom Aleichem, Ayah, Islamism, peace, 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 inshallah, and Ashe.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou shouldst strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you may nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield and the manifest battles of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the locks of the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal death, for behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconsistency, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Haq, Ya Muhammad. And at the BBT, when we say Al-Haq, that's Arabic and it stands for the truth. And when we say Ya Muhammad, that's Arabic as well, and it stands for the protector. We at the BBT see ourselves as truth protectors. So we casting our net out to all true and divine light seekers to come and join on to us. For the truth has no sides. For the truth is one, as man is with Allah. And with that, we say peace and love. Peace, 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 peace.
Love y'all nobles. I'll see y'all in the morning for workout. Bye. Kill.
No, Islam.
Islam.
Islam. Peace.
Peace.